Princeton just ended one of the longest-running experiments in human trust, and the thing that killed it wasn't scandal, or moral decay, or a dramatic cheating ring. It was a chatbot. For 133 years, Princeton sent students into exam rooms alone, no supervisors, no cameras, relying entirely on the honor that they wouldn't cheat. That system just collapsed. Which raises the question, was it ever really about trust? The Princeton Honor Code dates to 1893. Students would write, "I pledge my honor that I have not violated the honor code during this examination," and that was it. No proctors. No surveillance of any kind. The entire edifice of one of the world's most prestigious universities rested on a handwritten sentence and the assumption that shame is a fully functional deterrent against human behavior. Then came AI. Traditional cheating was like shoplifting, detectable, traceable, embarrassing when caught. AI cheating is more like counterfeiting. The product is indistinguishable from the real thing. An AI can produce a flawless essay on Keynesian economics in 11 seconds with no behavioral tell, no nervous glance, no suspicious bulge in a sock. The crime leaves no fingerprints. The honor system was always built on two pillars, detection and shame. If you could get caught, and if getting caught was humiliating enough, most people would comply. But AI erodes both pillars simultaneously. Detection becomes probabilistic at best. And the shame calculus shifts. If everyone suspects everyone is doing it and nothing is provable, individual shame dissolves into a collective shrug. There are tools that claim to detect AI writing. They are, diplomatically put, not great. They flag human writing as AI generated at alarming rates, and miss actual AI text with similar enthusiasm. Using them for academic discipline is roughly equivalent to diagnosing broken bones by asking the patient if their arm hurts. Technically a process. Not technically reliable. What Princeton's decision actually signals is something deeper than exam policy. It's an institution admitting that the behavioral contract between students and school has been disrupted by a third party that signed nothing. The honor code assumed a closed system: students, faculty, knowledge. ChatGPT is not a student. It has no honor. It also aced the LSAT, which is a separate problem. Princeton isn't alone. Universities globally are scrambling, banning laptops, returning to handwritten exams, redesigning assessments around oral defense and in-person performance. Some are leaning into AI entirely, teaching students to use it rather than hide it. These are not compatible strategies, and institutions are pursuing all of them simultaneously, which tells you exactly how confident anyone is right now. The most uncomfortable question hiding under all of this is, what were exams actually testing? If a student can prompt an AI to produce the correct answer, is the test measuring knowledge or the friction of not having the tool? We accepted calculators. We accept spell check. The line was never drawn at capability augmentation, it was drawn somewhere murkier, somewhere around effort and suffering. Princeton's 133-year honor code didn't die because students became less honorable. It died because the entire concept of academic cheating requires a meaningful gap between what a student can produce and what their tools can produce, and for the first time in history, that gap closed completely. The question universities now face isn't how to restore the old trust. It's whether the thing they were measuring was ever what they thought it was. Strip away the ceremony, and three things remain. The honor code rested on detection. Detection required a meaningful gap between student and tool, and that gap just closed permanently. Princeton didn't abandon its values, it admitted that the architecture those values ran on no longer exists. What died wasn't honor. What died was the set of conditions under which being honorable was structurally different from being dishonest. And universities worldwide are now staring at the same rubble, improvising in opposite directions simultaneously, which is a reliable signal that nobody actually knows what comes next. What strikes us most isn't the policy change, it's the implication underneath it. For 133 years, we assumed the pledge was measuring something about character. It might have only been measuring something about risk. Remove the chance of getting caught, and the commitment dissolves. We don't think that makes those students dishonest. We think it makes the system honest about what it always was. Which leaves us wondering, if integrity requires the possibility of exposure to hold, was it ever really integrity, or just a bet on the odds?